Broadcasting live from the Subaru of Gwinnett studio inside the Sonesta Gwinnett Place Atlanta Hotel, it's time for Gwinnett Business Radio. Gwinnett Business Radio is presented by Regions Bank. Brave the beginning. Member FDIC.
And hello again, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of Gwinnett Business Radio. We are broadcasting live from the Subaru of Gwinnett studio in the Sonesta Gwinnett Place, Atlanta. And today I am joined by three business leaders who are going to share the great work that they're doing in our lovely community. I'd like to welcome Roy Bean of Burn Boot Camp Suwanee, James Chao of Chao Financial Planning, and Alex and Louis Grady of Gradyent Brothers Photography, LLC. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us today.
Morning.
Great to be here.
Hey, we're going to start out with Alex and Louis, and I'd like to welcome you and first and foremost congratulate you on becoming the exclusive photographers for the Gwinnett Young Professionals. I have seen you guys photographing and doing a multitude of things with our group of young professionals, and I'd like to give you guys a chance to talk a little bit about your relationship with them and how you kind of started the organization. So I guess I'll start with Alex because you're seated right in front of me.
Yeah.
Share a little bit about the dynamic of the brothers and the business and how you kind of came to your success.
Yeah, so when I think of Gradyent Brothers LLC, I really wanted to be able to lean into our core competencies. And Louis is a stellar photographer. He's picked it up a few years back and has been curating that craft ever since. And we really wanted to throw that out to the light and be able to add some value. In addition to that, I also focus on personal branding. So whether you think from an individual standpoint on resume building or cover letter curating, or even from a company standpoint on getting your name out there and getting the right audience, we want to create that environment so that you can ultimately win.
And kind of streamline that for people.
Spot on.
So in personal branding, just out of curiosity, because branding is one of my favorite things, do you work with the individual or the corporation or both? So do you kind of help a company along to meet their needs, or are you working more specifically with the individual?
Yeah, so it's a little bit of both, actually. I mean, when I think of the clientele, we have a few small businesses who are looking to get their name out there, who are looking to position themselves very well. But also, in addition to that, we work with individuals who are moving into a new collegiate realm. They're trying to apply for colleges, things of that nature, or even getting a promotion at work and positioning them for their best foot forward as well.
Success. Now, do tell me, because Louis, you are a student and you're going to be in class today, but you're joining us instead.
Oh, no. So my semester wrapped up last week, and, looking forward to getting into photography a little bit more and also starting some work over the summer as well.
Did you kind of recognize the need within that demographic of college students or new graduates for this kind of assistance or kind of to fill the gap? And is that kind of what maybe inspired you guys to lead in that direction, or is that just by coincidence?
I mean, yeah, there's definitely a need for college students to have photography. I think it started as a hobby for me. I was really just taking pictures of family and friends a lot. And as time went on, I started to enjoy it more, started to get better at it, started to look at composition and techniques that go into photography as well, and it developed into a business. And I think one thing specifically is that a lot of people, especially college students, know a photographer. They know someone that's able to take pictures. So Alex and I were really able to lean into that and leverage that to create a brand around it and get our name out there easier rather than just a singular name on an Instagram page.
I like that. And speaking of a name, there's a lot in a name. And your last name is Grady, but you kind of metamorphosize that into your own personal brand, which is Gradyent. I'm very curious about the story behind your brand name. If I were to guess, I'd say it has something to do with entertainment, because the ENT, is that an abbreviation for entertainment?
No?
Oh,
we may have
goodness.
to run with that one
Please,
too, though.
educate me.
So first and foremost, I'm going to have to give Louis a lot of the credit when it comes to the name. I pride myself in being a wordsmith, and the play on words was immaculate. But I would think of Gradyent to be a blend when you think of images, when you think of wordplay, in order to get to an actionable reality. So we want to be able to help you to blend that ultimate wordplay into your new reality.
I like that. Actionable reality.
Go ahead, and going off of Alex's point, we definitely wanted to incorporate the family name. We wanted to have some touch of a family feel because it is us brothers, running the business at the moment.
Oh, it's a legacy.
It is a legacy, and how cool. And those of our listeners who can't see you guys in their logo, which I encourage you to visit their website, which is what, guys? Gradyent.biz, which is GRAYENT.biz.
Beautiful.
Grady is one color, and then the ENT is another, to kind of emphasize the difference in the split of the word.
Yeah, correct.
Absolutely. Okay. You may have inspired us too. So let us noodle around the ENT, the entertainment piece. Who knows?
Hey,
to be determined.
Yeah, new scope. Well, let me ask you really quickly for our listeners. Tell us about the variety of services that you offer within Gradyent.
Absolutely. So, Louis, you want to start?
Yeah, I can kick it off. So, photography services from anything from lifestyle to portrait. I've done some real estate photography. Also done a bit of event photography as well. So, really a myriad of different photography styles, and I think it's interesting just to feel out the way that you take pictures is different for each person. So for a real estate photography, I'll be in a house taking pictures, so I don't really have to interact with the client as much. It's just more of a business interaction. But when I'm taking lifestyle pictures or a family portrait or things like that, there's definitely a different level of interaction. You get to feel how the family gets to interact with each other, how the client or the person is feeling in the camera. Some people are uncomfortable, so you definitely have to feel them a little out, make them laugh a little bit. And then some people are like just models from the jump. They say like, I've never been in front of a camera before, but they're throwing model poses out.
Well, let me ask you, because I didn't hear you mention headshots, and that's something that's like really big. Do you guys do headshots too?
Yeah, headshots as well.
Perfect. And I'm sure that all the young professionals listening would probably seek you out for that. Resume help and also headshots.
Absolutely.
A very
1-2 combo.
Cool, package, a young professionals package.
We got you covered.
Well, I do want to tip my hat to you because I've been seeing all of the promotions for the up and coming mixers for the young professionals, and that will be at TP6 Sugarloaf on the 11th. And the photos that they're using are the images that you guys collected from the last event. And our dear friend James Chao, who will be on the show in just a moment, is actually featured front and center in a very nice photograph. So I love seeing your work. I love seeing fellow young professionals, and I want to congratulate you on making such a splash in our community.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. Hey, share with everybody how they can get in touch with you and how they can maybe enlist your help should they need.
Absolutely. So you can find us on Instagram. That's Alex Gradyent or Louis Gradyent. We're also on LinkedIn. So just look up Gradyent Brothers LLC. You can't miss us. And then, of course, via our website, Gradyent.biz, you can get a referral or connection or a consultation there as well.
Cool. Very nice. Well, gentlemen, is there anything else you'd like to leave with our audience before we say hello to Roy?
I think we're good to go. Thank you so much.
Of course. Well, I look forward to seeing you on the 11th at our event.
We'll be there.
All right. Before we go and speak to Mr. Roy, I just have a word from one of our partners, and that's 101 Bagel Cafe. I know you guys follow me on social media, and you see me drinking these humongous iCubes iced coffees. They are absolutely my favorite. 101 Bagel Cafe in downtown Duluth offers boiled and baked New York-style bagels. Iced coffee served on tap with their signature iCubes. They go beyond the bagel, offering lunch, baked treats, and catering. The welcoming cafe is perfect place to gather for games or private events. Visit 101bagelcafe.com, and franchising opportunities are also available. I do just have to say really quickly, I've been patroning 101 Bagel for going on 3 years now, and they started out with 2 locations, and now they're opening up 2 more. So in 3 years' time, they've doubled, and their success continues to grow, and I'm just thrilled to be partners with them. And thank you, although I'm cheating on them with Starbucks this morning. Good morning, Roy. How are you today?
Good morning. All is well, man.
Welcome to Business RadioX.
Thanks for having me on.
Now, Roy and his beautiful wife, whom you can't see because she's not seated at the table, but she's definitely here cheering us on in spirit. They are the owners and operators of Burn Boot Camp Suwanee. I don't know why that's tongue-tying me this morning, Roy. Probably because I didn't come see you at 7:30 and get my mind right before we got on the air. I did have the chance to come and burn with you not too long ago, where it was a leg day, and that left a lasting feeling with me. And just share a little bit about Burn Boot Camp and what kind of sets you apart from other similar workouts.
All right. Well, so with Burn, first of all, we have a gymnastic floor. We call it our floating floor. So on the floor, it's padded. We've got 2 inches of little extra cushion to take pressure off your joints, hips, knees, and ankles. So traditional jump squats or burpees or push-ups, you'll feel all the impact on the cement or rubber floor. You won't feel it on our floating floor. So it's about 6 inches off the regular floor. That gives you that extra impact. I think you took a little advantage of that. You felt a little difference in how it was to do a jump, lunge, or any plyometric type exercises to feel that. We also cater to moms. So we let guys come in. They get to come in and have a little fun on the floor with us also. But the moms is where it's at. We give free child watch. We let the moms come in 45 minutes straight through, all gas, no brakes is what I say all the time. And throw the babies in child watch is what I love to say. Hey, just come in, throw the babies in child watch. You come have some me time, and that's it.
Burn, baby, burn.
That's it.
Well, I do have to say that is popular among the working mothers or parents as a whole, because that is often something that deters people from their workout.
Right.
If you have a single parent or they simply can't find someone to watch their children, that keeps them from, staying physically fit. So that is unique, and that is a wonderful offering that you have. It is a beautiful child care facility. I've been there. I've seen it. Nice and clean. And the floor that he mentioned is very good for your joints. Although I'm only 35, suffer from some sort of joint something with my knees. But the workout, I didn't feel the impact.
Right.
Now, you've kind of taken Suwanee by storm. You are all over social media. That's how you and I connected, through our activity on Instagram. I was watching your videos and following you, and I think we were following each other. Why did you choose Suwanee to open up and launch this fitness empire? Was there a need in that community, or is that where you reside?
Well, we live in Lawrenceville, so to kind of clarify a little bit, we're not the full owners of the facility, but we're the full operators of the facility. So that was the territory that was awarded to the owners, who also own Johns Creek and Roswell Burn Boot Camp.
Okay.
But Suwanee was just an area that they saw that needed that difference in the workout. Everyone can create a workout or a special feeling in their gym, but it's all about the community that we wanted to bring, the community and the vibe and the way that the trainers train at Burn Boot Camp. So we wanted to bring something different to the area, and that's how it happened.
And kind of piggybacking on the Grady brothers, how we were talking about personal branding. After the workout that I came and enjoyed with you, I met a woman who was from Peachtree City, Georgia, which is 70 miles south of here. That's where I moved from. She and I struck up a conversation. She was in town for work, and she wanted to come to that studio because you were coaching.
Right.
You had the following from some other studio, and she made it a point when she was in the area to come and visit you. So what sets Roy apart? Not necessarily from all other, Burn Boot Camps, because you're one big family, but as a fitness trainer, I know you have a history of professional athlete, right? We talked about you playing ball. Collegiate.
Yeah.
That's pro to me. So kind of explain to us where the enthusiasm for coaching kind of came in and what you think sets you apart from the rest.
All right, so real quick, the enthusiasm for coaching came in, as you said, I was an athlete, and then those who are in the studio who can't be seen, she got pregnant, and I had to
Wait a minute. She got pregnant. You got her pregnant.
I don't know how it happened.
Immaculate conception.
I don't know how it happened, but she got pregnant, and the athlete turned into a fathlete. So I had to lose some weight because, it was like, this is not typically how I walk around or how I look. So in the process of me trying to lose weight, I became a trainer, just trying to figure out all kind of stuff on my own. What works the best, the fat diets, all of that stuff didn't work. And it just boiled down to staying strict on your diet and working out regularly. And then the second part of your question was, what I feel like sets me apart is that I show everyone attention intentionally. Mm-hmm. Whether you are a 60-year-old woman with 2 hip replacements or you're a 16-year-old athlete, like, you're going to get the same enthusiasm, and that's the same size as goes as well as the size of our camps. Also, a lot of times trainers will feel like with group fitness, it's like, okay, well, I got a small class today, it's only 3 people, so it's blah. I always tell people, whether it's 3 or 300, you're going to get 100% out of me every single time. So I just try to give everyone the same attention and the same intentional intention.
I saw that when I was there. I was brand new to the class, and just to let all the lady listeners out there, is a very welcoming environment when you walked in. I know I personally have felt intimidated going to the big box gyms, but when I walked in, I was greeted by smiling faces. I was welcomed. I was educated. I was shown around. So that was really special. I wanted to thank you for making me feel welcome. And also thank you for checking me on the accountability, because pretty quickly you recognized my ability. And when I went to pick up the 35s, you promptly brought me a 50 and you said, get it. And I got it. But
I always want to see the 1% better than everyone.
Accountability is really big. And
That's
I
it.
think that, yeah, you deliver that to your clientele. Well, what's next for Roy?
Next for Roy is to be the owner of Burn Boot Camp Suwanee. Hopefully that's the ultimate goal. I mean, at first it was, hey, I want to be a head trainer. I was doing my own boot camps and stuff before I got with Burn, and then I was brought on as the support trainer, aka assistant trainer. So now it's like I'm in the head trainer role. Let's learn more on how I can become the actual owner operator rather than just the operator.
Very cool. Well, you're definitely the face of the brand, and I think that's how you and I met. And I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, you still owe me a burn, friend. You're going to come with me to Orange Theory Fitness.
I will.
No one program is superior to another. It's just like different flavors of ice cream.
That's it.
I very much enjoy your workout, and I'd like to supplement the one that I do daily with your workout. It's a whole different feel, and you work different things, and it's just a new crew, and it's great. It's refreshing. So I'm going to hold you to that. We're going to go burn at Orange Theory Fitness.
I got you.
And see how you feel afterwards. Roy, tell our listeners how they can get in touch with you or how they can find out more about Burn Boot Camp in Suwanee in case they'd like to try a camp.
All right. You can find us at Burn Boot Camp Suwanee GA on Instagram as well as Facebook. Burn Boot Camp Suwanee GA on Facebook. There's no Snapchat or LinkedIn or
TikTok.
TikTok.
We don't do the TikToks either. Or Snapchat.
There's none of those, no.
I mean, come on now. Let me ask you a question just because I'm curious about that baby. How old is your child now?
That baby is 15 today.
Happy birthday. Go and give a shout out.
Happy birthday, Caleb Javon Bean, the firstborn.
How sweet. And how many little beans are there?
Oh, man. I don't know how she got the other two, but it's a total of 3 of them. The youngest is 9.
So we're a pack of 5. You're a 5-pack.
That's it.
I like it.
The Bean Clan.
Well, congratulations to your success, and I look forward to great things for your future, Roy.
Thank you, man.
Of course. And now we're going to move on to our third and final wonderful guest in studio today. I have my dear friend, James Chao. How are you today, sir?
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
Good.
Amanda.
I'm going to say, I'm laughing because James and I, we attend a lot of off the beaten path networking events. And here recently, like last week, I roped him into coming to this really odd event. And he came, he walked in, and he goes, "What is this? What are we doing here?" And I was like, "Dude, where there are people, we will come." So that interesting event was actually a young professionals committee that we both kind of just by proxy joined for the Hudgens Art Center here in Gwinnett. And we got to tour the art facility. It was really nice. Got to see the whole, weave, threaded.
The
threaded, like there's an exhibit, a
arts.
thread exhibit. And that means they're made out of thread. Very interesting. I encourage you to Google it. But nonetheless, he himself wears many hats. Today, we're going to focus on his financial planning in addition to his personal coaching and business development. But one of my favorite things that he does is he hosts a really happening networking event on a semi-regular basis called Atlanta Business Connections. And there's one upcoming this Tuesday, and I went to the one last month, and we'll get to that here in just a minute. But James, I'd like to just give you a chance to give our listeners an overview about all the wonderful things that you do as Mr. Chao.
Thank you, Amanda. So I do wear a lot of hats. I love staying busy, being busy all the time. I love meeting people. So my day job, I am a financial advisor with Northwestern. But I do like consulting and coaching people. I like to coach people on their public speaking or helping just manage their work-life balance. So I do run a professional Atlanta Business Connection networking event. It's the second Tuesday of every month, just to bring people together. I think a lot of people are ready to kind of get out and mingle, really help building their business and their brands, kind of like you guys do. And something else I do is I am part of a men's ministry group. that really helps reach young professionals as well. So I really kind of take the lead on that. I also am a captain of our basketball team.
Whoop, whoop. I saw you zooming in your basketball shorts the other day.
So, yeah, I'm a captain of our basketball team. We're currently 1-1 right now. We lost our first game. We won our second game. So it's an 8-game season, so we're really excited about that as well.
Well, that plays an important role, and I'm sure Roy can attest to the physical connection between mind-body balance. You know, everybody seeks that balance in life, and you are a very poised and appear to be a level-headed individual. Oftentimes, people seek that peace or that balance. What would you say is your secret to remaining so even keel, on the outside at least? Because I don't know what's going on the inside.
Absolutely. So, you know, people always tell me they're stressed out or they got a lot on their plate. And, you know, I have a ton of things on my plate, but I like to say that I've always been really good at managing stress. And part of that is just my nature of just planning ahead. I've always been a overthinker when I was younger. So just by having a good plan and juggling and balancing and really knowing your own priorities, I think really helps me stay at peace, knowing what's important, so I can make time for the things that I want to do, so I can focus on the things that matter to me most.
And I know just through my social media stalkery that family is very important to you. And I'm going to put you on the spot here. I saw a wonderful, beautiful post that you made about your family and kind of about, you know, your road to success. And if you don't mind sharing, you know, a little bit about your history and kind of what led you to where you're at today, I think it would be very inspirational for the young professionals.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm very grateful. My grandma's in town. She's almost 90 now. And unfortunately, she has a little bit of dementia, a mild case. So my grandma raised me. I'm the first grandson. I'm kind of her favorite, of course.
Aww.
So growing up in LA, my parents were very, you know, financially were struggling, not very fortunate. So my mother had to give me up and let my grandma take me to Korea and raise me there. So I was apart from my parents for about 2 years.
Wow.
Came back to the States. My parents became missionaries when I was 15. So I stayed and I ended up here in Atlanta, Georgia, and lived with my grandmother. So I went through high school, I went through college. She was always there for us, just to kind of support us to kind of get through. By the time I'm done with college, my grandmother moved back to California, and I ended up here in Georgia. So she's been, you know, she's the reason why I'm here today and really taught us the values. My brother and I both graduated college. We both were honors in high school and college, and she doesn't speak English. So I think it's the value. Are you
bilingual?
I am bilingual.
Okay. That's an amazing story, and I can see the love and the passion on your face and in your eyes when you share that. I'd say I kind of noticed some connections, and maybe they kind of led you to where you're at today. But you mentioned, you know, your parents' financial freedom, and you are a financial advisor. Do you think that those correlate in any way, shape, or form? That you know, your psychology or your what's that thing? Your subconscious, you know, kind of led you towards financial freedom because that's something that you saw when you were young?
Absolutely. So I'm very passionate about finance now, and I would say my first 35 years I had no idea. I've always been taught to work hard and save. Being a minority, we didn't know any other options other than work hard and save. So understanding the financial world, how credit scores can help, having a good long-term game plan, a financial plan. I call that a roadmap to financial freedom, or some people call it a roadmap to retirement. It's kind of like if you're a personal trainer, you want to have like your meal plan and your workout plan. We want our clients to have a financial plan, and so that they could focus on their family, they could focus on their business, so they don't have to worry about finances.
That makes sense. And then you mentioned also that your parents were missionaries or ministers. Which did you say? I apologize. Missionaries?
They're missionaries because they travel. My father travels to, you know, every continent almost, just doing missionary work.
Well, you're doing men's ministry, so there's a second correlation.
I
think it was all foretold, and we're putting the pieces together. So would you say that your enthusiasm for kind of helping, you know, your men's group, or just your passion for helping the public as a whole was kind of bred at an early age within you and your brother?
Yes. My father, you know, he's been a lifelong missionary since he was 27. So, and he's 61 now, I believe. Now, I will be honest, Amanda, from 18 to 34, I did not go to church just because I was, living. I didn't go to church until came back to church around 34, 35. And I think a little bit of calling there. And I never thought I would be doing what I'm doing today. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm part of an organization called CBMC, Men's Business Christian Connection.
Oh, I like that.
It's a great organization led by Dr. John Posey. He's recruited 12 people, and we each have a mentor. We each share, and we each have study group and discussions. And I am getting all 12 of them, and we're gonna do a leadership summit. We're thinking about taking a weekend, maybe on the lake or in the mountains, and just do a leadership summit to really kind of talk about what we men's talk about.
Fellowship.
There we go. About purpose and passion and the struggles and real life, how to balance it all.
Yeah. Now, I just out of curiosity, will you be planning that event?
I am.
I knew it.
I'm a big planner.
You are a big event planner. That's kind of what brought us together. We're connectors. I will say thank you for sharing your story. Your personal story is very inspiring. We reconnected to promote the Young Professionals, a Young Professionals event, but we had met at several events before. But these days with masks and stuff, you have to really be able to recognize someone's eyes or hairdo or something, so we didn't have our masks on because we had made it through the checkpoints and we were safe. We were drinking coffee. Okay. So Corona flies away when you're drinking coffee. And he's like, we've met before, Amanda. I said, oh, I'm so sorry. And we had met before. But that kind of re-infused our friendship, and we've been going strong ever since. So I appreciate you being part of my sphere of influence. And I'll have to introduce you to Mike's co-host, Stephen Julian, because he is also enthusiastic about men's ministries. And I think you guys could have a great conversation.
Awesome. Thank you, Amanda.
As far as the clients that you're looking for, to bring it back to the financial side really quickly, who would be an ideal client for you, or who you'd looking to work with, and how could someone get in touch with you if they wanted to take some advice from you on the finance side?
So I found that most of my clients that I enjoy working with me are people that are entrepreneurs, 1099s, or people that are small business owners. There's a lot of things that we could do to help them navigate through some challenges as they try to grow their business, and also people that have young kids because they're so busy with their family, their careers, they're juggling multiple things, and sometimes they just need to outsource the planning part, and that's where we can help out the most. As far as how you can reach me, I'm on LinkedIn, James Chao, very simple. And on my Instagram, it's
Chao Baby 80, and Chao is spelled CHAO.
Which I think I need to kind of maybe change.
No, I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, and I'm laughing because you allow me to call you what I endearingly do. I won't share that with everybody on the air, but your name is just too cool not to say twice.
You could call it
Chao Chao.
I've been called that before.
Well, you heard it. You can find him online. And then did you give your email address as well?
Yeah, my personal email, you can reach me at jcmarketing404@gmail.com.
Yes. And then you guys be sure to check out the Atlanta Business Connections Networking Group. We'll be at Tin Lizzie's next Tuesday if you'd like to join. And did you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, it's free tacos. Come out and mingle.
And a really nice patio area so we can connect safely out there.
Yes, absolutely. We have masks available if needed.
Available, yes. Wonderful. Well, thank you, James. Thank you for sharing all of your wisdom. And I want to thank all of our listeners for joining us today and all of our fine guests that were in studio. I feel like we had a wonderful time on this Friday afternoon, and I look forward to seeing you all. We're going to go to Burn Boot Camp. We're going to sweat it out, and then we're going to go eat some tacos with James. And Louis and Alex are going to photograph the entire thing. And that's a wrap. That's all I have to say, folks. Thank you for joining us. And don't forget, you can listen to our episodes 24/7 at businessradiox.com. Please select the Gwinnett Studio. Don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date and connect with us on social media at Gwinnett RadioX. Until next time, I am your host, Amanda Pierce, and this has been Gwinnett Business Radio.